What? Who?
It's pretty incredible we were not arrested that night. We should have been.
Merritt Street media host Loni Coombs is a former prosecutor who was working in the Los Angeles DA's office at the time of the murders and the brothers' arrest.
We first heard about this very gruesome, very violent double murder that happened in a beautiful Beverly Hills mansion. It was so violent that the first thought was, this is a mob hit. Something to do with Jose Menendez's business dealings.
In the documentary, the brothers both admit they made basic mistakes that the police should have immediately caught, like the fact the shell casings were in Erik's car sitting right here in the driveway, which was in the search area.
We had no alibi. The gunpowder residue was all over our hands. Under normal circumstances, they give you a gunpowder residue test. We would have been arrested immediately.
Well, I'll tell you why they didn't arrest them. This was Beverly Hills. These were two very wealthy sons. And the sons were saying they didn't do it. They were saying this must be a mob hit. This must have happened because of my dad's business dealings. And they were getting the white glove treatment from the Beverly Hills Police Department. If they had been arrested that night, then Lyle and Erik wouldn't have been able to go on that shopping spree, which ended up being, the motive evidence for the prosecution. Nor would they have been able to go to their therapist and confess and tell them what they actually did. So whether it would have been better for them to arrest them first or wait until all of that evidence came in is kind of a toss-up.
A large portion of the brothers' argument for their release today is that so much of their sexual abuse claims were left out of the second trial, which led to the conviction. And in 2024, that defense would never be questioned the way it was back then.
The judge said, well, Erik and Lyle are not women, so the battered women syndrome doesn't apply.
I think that a trial today would be very different, because I think back in the 90s, the first hurdle the defense had to get over was people even believing that this sexual abuse could happen. Nowadays, I think they wouldn't have that hurdle.
The brothers have filed a petition claiming there is new evidence to back their claims of sexual abuse all those years ago. And Loni says sitting down for this documentary might have been a good move on their part.
They talk about the crime, they talk about their planning, they talk about the trauma, they talk about what was going on in their heads. Anytime that defendants will talk openly about what happened and what they did, prosecutors and judges appreciate that. They appreciate people showing remorse and showing like they understand the significance of what they did. And I think that comes through in this documentary.
The DA's next hearing, as they take a closer look at those convictions, is November 26th.